Management thought as its origin in ancient times, it is developed along with other socio-economic development, paying bonus, additional benefit to the workers who are involved in the conversion of raw materials. The new way of thinking led way for the human resource perspective, which saw workers as a resource to be fully utilized as opposed tools from which extract utility. Warm welcome to first sem B.Ba students of current year academic 2023-24, the first unit Management Principles and Practices Introduction to Management, Session 2. In today's session, we are going to discuss about evolution of management. Before that, in our previous session, we discussed about what is management and even the definition of management, which were very important topics for your examination purpose, where it carries 2 marks. In today's session, the evolution of management, again, it carries for section B, where it will be the weightage of 10 marks question, understand the concepts perfectly and get into that one. I am Professor Rajesh L.R. from Department of Commerce and Management, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. In today's session, as I said, evolution of management, how the management came into the part, and earlier how they were dealing with the business activities in the market. In today's agenda, we have here the previous session. As I said, in the previous session, we have discussed about meaning of management. Management is nothing but it is art of getting things done through others or through people with efficiently and effectively. Evolution of management is nothing but how the management came into existence. In the earlier stage, it was pre-scientific management era, classical management era, and neoclassical management era, and modern management, what we have in the present scenario. Pre-scientific era was before 1880, how the management concepts were there, and later how the small changes has taken place, who supported for the classical management era, and how a small modification was made and certain changes were made and added for neoclassical management era and the modern management era, what we have in the present. And the last part will be the conclusion of today's session and what we are going to discuss in the next session. This is the agenda of today's session. The evolution of management. There is a long history behind the evolution of management thought. As I said, management is not came or derived recently. It has a huge history, and it is a very much thing we have to understand how the management came into existence. The management is considered as a significant feature of economic life mankind throughout the ages. Throughout the ages means as the age increases, the knowledge of the man also increases. Based on that, they modified the concepts in the market. Management thought is regarded as an evolutionary concept. It has developed along with it and in line with social, culture, economic and scientific institution. That's why we say that every business has social environment, political environment, cultural, economic and scientific concept which we adopted in the business field here. Management thought as its origin in ancient times, it is developed along with other socio-economic development. As the days are changed, even the business strategies were changed in the market. The contributors to the management theory include management philosophers, management practitioners, and scholars, research scholars of management. These are the people who gave some new ideas, new thoughts for the market or the business era, and these were the things what we are using in our present situation. If I call division of work, this was the word derived during 1881 or other place, right? Like this, we have plenty of words are there which are derived earlier. Modern management is based on the strong foundation laid down by the management thinkers from the past events, based on their experiences, based on their knowledge. They made some creativity concepts for the business field. The first era, that is nothing but pre-scientific management era before 1880. In this period, as the Industrial Revolution took place in the 18th century, there was a huge impact on management. In the mid of 1857, there was an Industrial Revolution. When it took place, there was more impact was required because the valuable contributions were made by churches, military organization, writers like Charles Babbage and Robert Owen. These are the people who gave some information how the management should be there and what is management. Like this, they gave some tips or the ideas or the thoughts to introduce after the evolution of concepts, whatever we had here in the Industrial Revolution. The scenario changed. Method of raising capitals means earlier they were raising a capital in a different form, and in today's part in the market we are collecting or raising the capital in the form of issuing shares to the public. Organizing labor has changed. Goods production for the individuals and businesses has changed in the present scenario. Entrepreneurs then had access to production factors like land, labor, and capital. Say, after the Industrial Revolution, the entrepreneurs started for the access of land, labor, and capital. Now, these were the concepts which were there. They have focused. Now, if I want to start a business, where to start, how to start that business, and how to get into the field. So I require some place here. So land was a major concept. Now, the land was decided where to start, means where to start, which place we have to start, and what we have to do. But in the same time, they require who are the supporters are there to convert the raw materials into finished goods and how I can market them. And the next major part for the management, it was the amount of fund, what they required for the process, whatever they had ideas in their minds. The final step was only to make some efforts to combine these factors to achieve the target successfully. Land, labor, and capital. All these factors. But after the Industrial Revolution, the new dimension took place here, the management, because involvement of certain notable personalities who introduced some effective ideas and approaches. After Industrial Revolution and other concepts here, some of the people have approached the business concepts here and they gave more ideas which can be used in the business and what we are using in the present scenario. As I said, management thinkers here, the first management thinker, what we have here, Professor Charles Babbage, 1729 to 1871. His view was, and he introduced it in such a way that one, determining the precise cost for each process of work. Means when you're converting the raw materials into finished goods, at every level of work, whatever they have done here, identify the cost, how much it has been incurred, and how the cost has incurred at the process of converting the raw material. And the second concept he introduced here, paying bonus, additional benefit to the workers who are involved in the conversion of raw materials based on the proportion to his own efficiency. Means how much efforts he has put to convert that raw material into finished goods. Based on his efficiency, pay the additional benefit for the laborers. So this person gave two concepts to the management. One is identifying the cost based on the work, and next paying bonus to the workers based on their efficiency. Next, James Watt Jr., 1796 to 1848. His views were production planning, means production planning means decide in advance what a product has to be produced here and how to produce that product. So these concepts were introduced by James Watt. And planned machine layout means arrange the machineries in such a way that there should not be any hurdles like storing the machineries one after the one. If there is no space, so there will be then huge problem will be created here. In an open space area, how you can arrange the machineries, think that and arrange the machinery in such a way that there should not be any issues while passing the raw material from one level to other level. E introduced production planning, plan and machine layout, and scheme for executive development. The scheme for executive development means giving some benefit for the employees based on their involvement. This was the concept given by James Watt. The next person, Matthew Robinson Bolton, 1770 to 1842. He gave more support to the laborers. Provision welfare for personnel means make some additional amount kept aside for the future benefits of the people. And the next one, marketing, research and forecasting. He said that when you're producing the product here, analyze in such a way that make market research. What the consumer or the customer is need. Based on that, produce a product. Forecasting is nothing but estimate how much it is going to be cost for you and how you have to produce that Each and every concept has to be estimated properly, then there will be no problem for your products, and whatever the aim you have, that can be reached easily. The next, standardization of components means a quality components are to be used to produce the product which will not harm the society or even to the user of the product. These are the 3 points what Matthew Robinson Bolton gave to the market. And the second era, the classical management era. In this era, we came with the support, the new concept introduced by F.W. Taylor and Henry Fayol. So these people gave more information towards the work as well as support for the top level management and other person for laborers here. So one person gave support to the management, the other person is giving support to the laborers as well as to the management. So F.W. Taylor solution was scientific management approach, which proposed that productivity could be improved only by a series of precise procedures. Means is saying that if you want to improve anything in the production concept here, if you want to check that first if you approach the scientific concept into the business part here, so then there will be no issue of loss at all. Think in such a way that make a research, make proper applications, and then think that what has to be done and how to reach that place here. That was a concept. This approach standardized labor, training, employee hiring, and compensation. See, they are saying that here, in this approach, his main concept was, first, how many standardized labor means to have the skilled laborers in the production floor here. In the same way, train them in such a way that there will be no issues at all. If a person doesn't know anything and if you have put him into the on flow for the production process, then the product quality or the product cannot be converted into finished goods here. For that reason, train each and every laborer, then hiring the employees in such a way that either it may be on a contract basis or it may be on the daily wage basis here. So now these are the major 3 concepts which were introduced by F.W. Taylor. Based on this concept, there was more production as well as the aim of the businesses were reached easily. In the concept of classical era, there are 3 people were there: F.W. Taylor, Henry Fayol, and Weber. Say, scientific management theory was introduced by F.W. Taylor, administrative management theory was introduced by Henry Fayol, and bureaucratic management theory was introduced by Weber. So now these people are called as father of scientific management, general management, bureaucratic management here. These people's thoughts what we had. Henry Fayol's major, his focus was on production and engineering. His concept to support for the lower level management, that is operation level management. Now, Henry Fayol's major concept was managerial functions. His support was to the top level management. And bureaucratic management, Weber's concept was organization structure. Again, it is related to the top level management. And main applications was here specialized organization, and universally means it is applicable for all types of business organization, and it is for government sectors and large organization firms. Say this is for individual labor, and this was for universally means applicability for entire world here. Either it may be any size of business, any type of business, nature of business. And the last one is for the government sectors and the large organization firms only, and not for small organization firms here. These was the differences what we had of three classical theories made by F.W. Taylor, Henry Fayol, and Weber. The third era, neoclassical management era. In this era, Elton Mayo and Chester Bernard tried to improve the theories of F.W. Taylor, Henry Fayol, and other peoples here. And with that one, they made more importance was given on human behavior. How an employee should behave in the organization and outside the organization. How his behaviorness will give impact on the business growth as well as expansion here. Based on the individual behavior, whether it is going to give some changes in the business or what. So these concepts were made research, and they developed human behavior concepts and needs and attitudes in the workplace over the economy, efficiency of production. They're saying that one, what was the needs to produce the product, why the product has to be produced here, and how we have to produce that one, and even how they have to behave. What is the attitude of the employee in the work area, how it should be there, and what it should be there and what it should not be there. They gave more importance on these areas, and they made some changes here. And the new way of thinking led way for the human resource perspective, which saw workers as a resource to be fully utilized as opposed tools from which extract utility. Means they said that one, a right person should be placed in the right position at the right time, so then there'll be no problem at all in the organization. This was a concept what they had. It suggested that beyond the need for worker inclusion and supportive leadership, organization should design jobs to meet the higher needs of their employees. Means have a proper structure in the organization and create the higher needs of their employees by designing the job here, creating that one. Like for example, general manager, manager, assistant manager, and team leader and team executives. Like, see, these are the things whatever I said, it is nothing but designing the job under one functional activity here. So design a job and in such a way that will create some opportunities for the people who are in the market and support them based on their concepts, make a right person to be in the right position. So then the entire process will be under control, and even the quality what has to be given to the product or the services can be made with efficiently and effectively. This was the major concept what they had by Elton Mayo. And the modern management era, in this place, the thinkers like Robert Schroeder and Herbert Simon define the organization as a system. They're saying that when organization is a system, they also consider the impact of the environment on the effectiveness of the organization. They're saying that one, not only the labor year and even the business growth and expansion or the business requires to understand the environment. Environment is nothing but we have here pestle. Pestle is nothing but political environment, social environment, technological environment, economical environment, legal environment. All this environment will give impact on your business. So understand not only internal environment here, even the external environment, whatever we have outside the business here. The social system school, the decision theory school, and the quantitative management school, the systems management school are the contribution of the modern management era. So here, new schools were introduced, like called system school and decision theory schools, quantitative management school. All these schools means from these places we got some additional support and ideas and thoughts to control our business. What we are using in the present market, these ideas were based on the introduced in earlier part here by the great management thinkers. Conclusion of today's session here. In today's session, we discussed about evolution of management, pre-scientific era, classical management era, neoclassical management era, and modern era. All these concepts were in the early management approaches are represented by scientific management, administrative management theory, and the human relation movement here. These are the four major concepts what we have learned in our four era, which supports you people to understand the concept whatever we have in the upcoming sessions. If I don't know the terms of the management and if I don't know the concept of the management here, in the upcoming session whatever we're going to discuss, that cannot be understood easily here. In the upcoming session, we are going to discuss the next management thinkers or contributions given by F.W. Taylor and Henry Fayol. These points what we are going to discuss in the next session. There will be a compulsory questions for you people for section B for 10 marks, and for Henry Fayol's principles of management it is for section C, which is compulsory to know that one properly and execute for the examination purpose. And even the principles whatever given by Henry Fayol that are used in our business in the present scenario. So in the upcoming session we are going to discuss all these concepts. Thank you to all my dear students. In today's session we discussed evolution of management, that is nothing but scientific management, administrative management, and human management related concept, and even we have discussed how it came into existence and now how we are using that one in the present scenario. Thank you to all.